Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is Jamie, and this is the Conspiracy Juice Bar. Jamie, how's it going, man?
It's amazing.
You sound amazing.
Amazingly angry last few days.
It's going amazing, Brad. Best month I've had all year.
I had to do yoga to get my heartbeat down.
Did it help?
No.
So when you do yoga, are you doing like dancing dog, squatting frog, or?
There's a downward dog. There's some other moves. It was developed many years ago when I had a back problem.
Did it help?
It does. I haven't had the back problem since.
Well, then it did work.
Well, so I do it every day.
So you really do yoga every day?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about you, Jamie. I've learned something new today. My life.
Does it improve your life, or is it just a meh?
It completes my life.
Oh, God. We got problems then.
We have big problems.
Jeez.
That's what's
You need to get out more, Brad.
That's what's completing me.
You need to drive that Mini Cooper with the windows down and the music blaring every once in a while.
Hey, you want to help me change a motor? A window motor?
Window motor?
Yeah.
On your car?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Is that something we could do? I mean.
Yeah, it should be pretty easy.
All right. Then I'll get one ordered because the passenger window does no longer rolls up or down. Luckily it's all the way up. I think that would really suck to have the motor of your window die when your window's down.
Yeah, it would. That would suck.
Could you manually open it up, I guess?
No. Have you seen some of these people in their hoopties with wedges jammed in there?
Yeah.
That's to hold the window up.
Well, today's conspiracy theory is going to be over the reptilian conspiracy theory, or better known as the lizard people. Jamie, do you know a lot about the lizard people, or anything at all?
I remember that movie, the what is it? The Place Time Forgot, where there were lizard people.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah,
The Place Time Forgot.
I think that was it. It was like a Saturday morning. What do they call it? Action show. It was humans playing, not animated.
I don't remember that one. I remember. So I was trying to think of like a cartoon or something, but the only thing that came to my mind was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Would that count?
Turtles? Well, they're reptilian.
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah.
Lizard people sounds like more of a conspiracy theorist thing to go with, though, than turtle.
You ever seen Far Out Space Nuts? The guy that played Gilligan was on it. It was the show he did after Gilligan.
No, but
they had lizard people on that too.
You see, there's a lot of older movies from the 50s and 60s that do have the lizard people. I think it's just because of the technology they had back then. The lizard was the easiest to plop its head on a human body.
You ever watch the OG Star Trek?
Wasn't there lizard people?
There's coming after Captain Kirk, and he fabricated his own hand cannon and blew him up.
I don't remember but yeah, I don't remember that particular episode, but I know exactly what you're talking about now. Well, the lizards.
Our vice president's a lizard person. I've seen her gills on a video on YouTube.
I told you.
She got gills.
She breathes.
Right out, comes out of her neck.
Nothing here moves. There's no movement in the eyes, the nose, the ears, the cheeks.
You don't even see her beard hair go in and out as she's breathing. It comes off the side of her neck. Well,
the gills right there flapping in the wind.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I told you. I mean, and she's not even on the list.
She must be good at swimming.
She didn't even make the list of the top suspects for lizard people.
I swear that YouTube video's got like 7 million views of her gills.
There's like 7 million people that this conspiracy covers claiming to be lizard people. So lizard people are supposed reptilian humanoids, which play a prominent role in fantasy, science fiction, and conspiracy theories. The idea of reptilians was popularized by David Icke, a conspiracy theorist who claims shape-shifting reptilian aliens control Earth by taking on human form and gaining political power to manipulate human societies. Icke has stated on multiple occasions that many world leaders are possessed by these so-called reptilians.
Possessed, or are they actual reptilians with a outer humanoid skin?
So that brings me to one of the I mean, we'll go through this, but I one of the theories is that they're actual reptiles, that they've been bred together to form like a reptilian human race, and that's who these world leaders are the shape shifting reptiles who have been bred with other humans to get there.
So Trump looks like a chubby lizard person, and then with humanoid skin, whereas Joe Biden, it looks like his humanoid skin is melt away because under all those wrinkles, he just flat out looks like a lizard person.
It's because he probably is. I think
I always thought they were the same, Joe. And
I saw one list of current politicians that are lizard people, and it's like
all of them.
It's like 70% of them.
Yeah, I believe that.
Well, if you were going to control the country, you would need a high percentage. So 70 that's more than 50. You're probably good. And they're on both sides of the aisle.
Well, have you noticed they fight over stupid things, but when it ends up being for someone with a heavy lobby group representing them, they all get on board?
Oh, no doubt.
So the money gets spread, the lizard gets spread. You probably see some flies flying. They probably release flies in the congressional house. So they just go.
And there's a YouTube video of Obama.
Did he throw a tongue out and catch a fly?
Caught it. Just caught it with his hand.
Put it in his mouth like he had an M&M?
No, he killed it. Threw it on the floor. I'm sure he picked it up later.
Ate it.
Yeah.
That's like M&Ms for lizard people, isn't it?
You ever seen
There's a fly that was bugging me a second ago.
I saw it before we started recording, and it made me laugh because I knew what the topic was. Have you seen the video of the reporter in like Alabama or Georgia or something? It's in the southeast, but he's outside doing his like the people here are blah 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 blah, and then a fly gets in his mouth. He's like, oh, this gets all mad. You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen that one.
So it shows the video in slow motion, and it looks like his tongue shoots out real quick, catches the fly, and him getting mad is a cover-up for
you would see
actually eating the fly.
You'd want to place lizard people in as journalists in the media.
Yeah, for control.
Yeah, I mean,
they're in the media too. This conspiracy claims it's not just the media or the political elite, it's also actors and actresses.
Well, you think about it, they're doing a great job of acting like we have our freedoms and that they don't control us, but in reality, they control us. You know?
No, freedom is an illusion, right?
Propagated by the lizard people.
Apparently.
And aliens.
So Michael Barkan, professor of political science at Syracuse University, states that the idea of a reptilian conspiracy originated in the fiction of Conan the Barbarian creator Robert E. Howard. In his story, The Shadow Kingdom, published in Weird Tales in August of 1929, this story drew on the idea of the lost world of Atlantis, particularly.
Does that make Conan a lizard person?
Well,
he was a governor.
Wasn't there lizards in that show?
Yeah.
Lizard people?
I think so.
They're saying that's where the idea from. So Howard's serpent men is what he called them in the series, I guess, were described as humanoids with human bodies and snake heads. That's the ones I think of. When I think of lizard people, it's the Conan the Barbarian lizard people, or as he says, the serpent men. That's the ones I think of when I think of lizard people. That's the image I get in my head. But he says that it was these humanoids who were able to imitate humans at will and who lived in underground passageways and underground tunnels. And it's there that they would use to do their shape shifting and mind control. So historian Edward
Scissorhand?
That's easier to pronounce than Guimont or Guillemot, however you pronounce it, has argued that the reptilian conspiracy theory, particularly as expounded by Ike, drew from earlier legends developed during colonialization of Africa, particularly Zimbabwe.
I wonder why they chose Zimbabwe.
Maybe it was closer.
I have a friend that lives there.
When they were coming down from their planet, That's where they landed. I don't think there was a whole lot of thought. You have a friend in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Is he a lizard?
He's a lawyer.
So probably. Snake?
He represents a lot of the companies that deforest the forest.
Oh, so he's a conservative.
or a earth raper. Conservative or an earth raper, one or the other.
One of the two.
Yeah. I grew up with him.
So American writer Vicky Santillano.
That sounds like a lizard person.
Sounds like an Italian.
Sounds like an Italian lizard person.
Santillano. She included David Icke's conspiracy theory in her list of the 10 most popular conspiracy theories. A poll of Americans in 2013 by Public Policy Polling indicated that 4%, or roughly 12 million of registered voters, believed in David Icke's ideas.
Sure, why not?
I mean, does that really surprise anybody that people believe this?
Doesn't surprise me.
So who is David Icke?
A wackadoodle?
You think that's how you even pronounce
Or
it?
an intelligent man?
Icke.
Icky? Ike? Ike sounds better than Icky. He probably would prefer Ike.
Well, not if it's Icky.
Well, I mean, do we have his phone number? Is he
Can
still
we call
alive?
him? So David Von Icke. We're going to go with Icke. He was born April 29th of 1952.
So he's just started collecting Social Security then, right?
Yeah.
It's like 65, 67 years old.
Really?
Well, I
No.
don't do the math.
It's 23 now. If he
Right.
was 52, that would make him 71.
Well, that's close.
I don't know that
4 or 5 years.
I think I'm right on that one, actually.
Well, I round, so, you know.
I guess.
But you guessed right?
Well, I guessed, and then I rounded, then I subtracted, then I did some math, and
Okay.
I came up with he's 71.
Math or meth?
Math.
Okay.
Math, not math.
Meth
This
is
ain't
cooked next to my house.
This ain't New Mexico
Or
or in your house.
rural Georgia.
So he was born in 52 and an English, and he is an English conspiracy theorist and a former footballer and sports broadcaster. He was a goalie.
What does that mean? An English American writer?
Because he's not American.
Why don't we make him American?
He's from the UK.
Why don't we make him American?
Today? Okay.
Do we got problems with immigration with him?
Nah. So according to Icke, or David Icke, who first published on this theme of reptilian people in 1999 in The Biggest Secret, tall, blood-drinking, shape-shifting reptilian humanoids from the Alpha Draconis star system now hiding in underground bases are the force behind the worldwide conspiracy against humanity. He contends that most of the world's ancient and modern leaders are related to these reptilians.
With his theory, so let's say we get a new president in 2024, brand new,
Okay.
Not a recycled one, not a senile one, brand new person.
Okay.
Do you think they take him down to the caverns to meet the head of the lizard person? People?
No, because I think you haven't risen.
Wouldn't you know?
If his theory's true.
Oh, you'd have to be part of them to get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not even getting the opportunity to run for president unless you're related, according to his theory. Now, I'm not saying I believe it, or I'm not even saying I don't believe it.
So
but
should they add lizard people to your DNA registry and your heritage DNA and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, they should. But,
so if you got someone in Zimbabwe,
but why would you add that only to please 4%? Because it's only 4% of voters believe this could even be true.
I did it. Did my DNA. There was like dots in Zimbabwe. Am I part lizard?
Probably. That's why you're always wearing
I
a
just
jacket.
figured a cousin went down there
That's
and
why you're always cold.
started hanging out with my buddy Albert,
That's why you're cold.
raping the rainforest. Well, it's cold outside too.
Well, you could just be warm-blooded Do you find yourself laying outside on the sidewalk in the sun just to get
I
warm?
thought about it today. Yeah.
If you were laid out there hurt, would anybody come to help you?
No. No.
So let's get back to David.
If the kids read the will, they would.
Maybe you should read it to them. So he says, including the Rothschilds, the Bush family, and the British royal family. Ike's conspiracy theories now have supporters in up to 47 different countries, and he has given lectures.
Why, out of all Americans, did they pick the Bush family?
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, that's like as plain white bread as you can get.
Well, maybe that's what they're going for.
Why didn't they help?
They didn't want him to stand out in the crowd.
What was the dumb brother that tried to run for president last time? Jeb.
With a name like Jeb.
He didn't inherit the lizard DNA.
Jeb's just one of them. You need to be a race car driver or a moonshiner with the name Jeb.
Or
Jed.
Or on the remake of the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. Yeah, you're Jeb.
Jebro. Jebro.
You're Jeb, Uncle Jed's third cousin.
Yeah.
Taking over. So Ike contends that the universe consists of vibrational energy and infinite dimensions sharing the same space.
Maybe infant dementia.
He claims that there is an interdimensional race of reptilian beings, the Arconians, which have hijacked the Earth. Further, a genetically modified human Archon hybrid race of reptilian shapeshifters, the Babylonian Brotherhood, manipulate events to keep humans in fear.
Oh, you skipped Illuminati.
Yeah, because that's
a whole new
It's a whole other podcast. Well, I mean, so he's basically saying the Illuminati and the Babylonian Brotherhood are the same thing. So I just wasn't going to rattle off different names like Al Qaeda.
So I was once asked to be a Mason, which supposedly is part of all that crazy stuff. When I turned them down, did they realize that I wasn't reptilian? Because I turned them down? Is that the secret? You only get asked once to be a Mason.
I was about to say, you only get asked that question one time.
But what if there's a different lodge? Do they keep records? They pull it up and go, oh.
If it's top secret, wouldn't you
Jamie said no back in 1998.
Yeah, they got records. Or they just know.
Well, maybe they just mind readers.
Well, with the lizards, they just send their... Because, according to Ike, we got vibrational energy all around us. In many, many dimensions.
I wonder if the Moose Lodge is related. I want to be a moose. How do you become a moose? Are you a member of any secret societies, Brad?
Now, if I was, would I be able to tell you?
Well, you could tell me whether you're a member. You couldn't tell me which one.
Oh. No, I'm not.
No.
I go to church. Does that count?
Christianity might be a secret society. Well, just because I know what they're preaching doesn't mean that...
I don't think it's that much of a secret, though.
Well, they let anyone in.
Yeah. You don't have to... There's no, like, Game of Thrones crap you got to go through to get in.
I tried to join a secret society, but they lost their charter for being worse than Animal House.
So, he claims that many public figures belong to this Babylonian Brotherhood and propel humanity towards the globalist state or the New World Order, a post-truth era ending freedom of speech. He sees the only way to defeat such...
I think we're there for the...
Yeah, but so he sees the only way to defeat this is to wake up to the truth and fill our hearts with love. Why is that so bad?
What if I love lizards?
But I mean, to win, all you have to do is love.
So
why is it so hard to get along?
Do you think we
could defeat the lizard people? That's why the government's always so in discord and
keeping us separated,
keep us divided, so we keep
as a
fighting,
country.
Because if we start loving, they start dying off.
Maybe
that's what he's saying. Like, the only way to defeat them is to love them or to love. So let's stop fighting and love.
Maybe Paul who was last week's conspiracy, or was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. Maybe Paul was right when he sang, "All you need is love." Ba, ba, da, ba. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
So who are these reptilians?
That's pretty good, I think.
No.
No?
You sing on like every episode of every show we do.
Some people have hated it. That's why I do it.
It actually gets a response from people, so that's why I never stop you. Like I almost
No one ever says, "Boy, that was great."
They don't?
No, they all hate on it.
So you keep doing it?
Yeah.
That's what I would.
That's how I'm going to defeat the lizard people.
Just going to keep singing?
Yep. That's how I'll determine if you're lizard or not.
So as 12 million Americans, or 4% of Americans, already know, the United States government is run by lizard people. Or to be scientifically accurate, reptilians. That's so we don't offend any of the lizard people.
So do you think that 4%, which equates to 12 million people, right? Registered voters.
Right.
Do you think that the breeding of the lizard people have gotten to the extent there's only 12 million people that have no lizard people in their blood system?
Maybe. If I believe this. So according to Ike, thousands of years ago, the reptilian people, they came from the constellations of Orion, Sirius, or Draco.
Why don't they still have ships that can do that?
That's what I always wondered too.
Or did they crash here?
It's saying that they came to Earth and inbred with the humans. Not physically, however, but rather through the manipulation of the human coding, or our DNA. Ike states that there is no coincidence that humans have
now he's getting
reptilian genetics within their brain.
I was on board until he started this crap.
The point being, it is really actually easy to tell when you have someone you know, when you or someone you know have been possessed by these reptilians from outer space. So the common signs, I feel like Fauci right now reading off the common signs of COVID, because this is just so.
It's the same thing as COVID. Look at these signs.
Yes, it is. Like loss of appetite, loss of taste, loss of smell.
Oh boy.
I mean, it might be Reptilian 19 we've been faced with.
Piercing eyes, true red or reddish hair. Look.
Predominance.
Before I got old, you can see the red.
Yeah.
That was the color on my head.
So the common signs, predominance of green or hazel eyes that change colors like a chameleon but can also be blue. Piercing eyes, true red or reddish colored hair, a sense of not belonging to the human race, low blood pressure, deep compassion for fate of mankind, keen sight.
Sounds like
or
Jesus
hearing.
there. We're the day after he rose.
Psychic abilities.
Sidekick or psychic?
Psychic.
I like sidekick.
Psychic.
Yeah, you're a superhero sidekick because you're reptilian.
ESP. Unexplained scars on your body.
They left the N off of ESPN.
Yeah, you didn't get end. You just get ESP with a reptile.
Oh, is that sensory perception stuff?
Yeah. UFO connections. If you pull your phone out and you have an alien's phone number stored in your phone, you might be a reptile.
It could be.
The love of space and science, the capability to disrupt electrical appliances. My favorite alien contact.
Does that just turn the switch off? He turned the switch off. He's an alien. I think my distant cousin, Al.
Do you know
Al Gore is a reptilian?
Do you know his name is on that list?
He's a distant. Well, would that mean I'm part reptilian?
That means you have. So now you have just said you have reddish hair. One.
Yeah.
You have.
I know how to turn off a switch.
You can disrupt the electrical appliances. That's 2. You now have a alien contact. That's 3.
I have low blood pressure right now.
You got low blood pressure right now. You got ESPN.
I don't have piercing or green or hazel eyes, though.
Are they blue?
Yeah.
It says blue also.
That could just be my Viking ancestry.
Or it could be your reptilian bloodline.
I don't think they mess with Vikings.
Do you feel like you belong to the human race?
Yes, but I don't have a lot of deep compassion for him.
Well, that the deep compassion is for the fate of mankind.
Oh, I think we're screwed. So
Well, you have a deep compassion for the screwing of mankind. So,
I do love space and science.
I'm telling you, man, you might be a reptile. I mean, you fit a lot of the characteristics of the reptilian people. So
I do hear pretty well, but I can also ignore people to where I don't hear them.
So some of the popular people, I mean, we've discussed, like you said, your cousin Al Gore.
Distant.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't let loud.
He used my family tree to
I
get.
offended Jamie by calling Al Gore his
I don't want to
cousin.
be that close. We share some blood.
You shared blood? In a
Well,
cup?
not. I mean, he doesn't come to
Let
my
me
family.
drink your blood. Here, Al.
He has never come
Have a
to a Pharaoh family reunion, but he used his ancestry through his mother to attach himself to the Pharaoh family so he could join the Sons of the American Revolution.
So that's how he got to where he's at today, on the backs of your ancestors.
People with the same last name, yes, they're my ancestors.
So some of the people who they speculate to be reptilians, I just grabbed a handful of popular ones. Lady Gaga. There's slow motion video found on YouTube in which Gaga agrees to take her sunglasses off for the interview. Her eyes appear to blink sideways when she removes her glasses. She looks like a reptilian person. She's weird.
She does. She's different.
Yeah. Old Dick Cheney, that is. The thing that they're claiming, there's been confirmed accounts of his eyes blinking weird. Every one of these people have had weird blinking eye things. But he showed a keen interest in UFOs. And he showed up at Roswell 6 days after 24 cows mysteriously dropped dead. Plus, when he was asked if he was a lizard person, he would not confirm or deny that claim. So, Dick Cheney. Miley Cyrus.
I can see that.
I can too.
She looks like a lizard, just like Lady Gaga.
Her dad's actually also suspected to be a lizard person, so that's that bloodline thing.
That's a hillbilly lizard there.
Well, Miley Ray, Billy Ray.
Woo-hoo!
Not only does her tongue always hang out of her mouth,
it does.
There are multiple videos that show her eyes blinking sideways. Angelina Jolie. This one actually surprised me.
I don't know. She looks lizardish.
Well, when you go back and look, you can. Her eyes. She has these very slit, piercing eyes, like a leopard.
Well, they didn't work on
lizard.
So would that mean that her ex-husband realized she was a lizard, and that's why Brad left her?
There's many sources.
They have children together. That means they're half lizard.
There's people who claim to have seen her shape-shifting. There's video of it.
Now, one thing you haven't said is Scientology believes in these lizard aliens.
Yeah, I didn't go off on the Scientology conspiracy, but Tom Cruise.
He might be a lizard.
He's claimed to be one.
That's because it's cool in his religion. That's like being a prophet, being a lizard.
Stephen Harper, the 22nd Canadian Prime Minister. He's got a very monotone speech and a very blank stare. David Icke actually claims that he met Harper, and while looking into his eyes, it felt like he was staring into two deep, dark holes.
Huh.
Elon Musk.
I can see that.
Yeah, enough said. Do we really have to give... So,
he's using that technology to create new things right now. It's long-range vehicles and space stuff. SpaceX.
Elon Musk has been cited saying that maybe we, the human race, is in a lab, and there's some advanced alien civilization that is watching how we develop out of curiosity in a mold-like petri dish.
Oh, or it could be like God. Sounds
yeah.
the same, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, exactly the same.
Huh.
Also, Elon's just claiming to be... He's a believer without believing he's a believer. So Hillary Clinton is also claimed to be a lizard person.
I see that.
She's always shown a keen interest in Area 51, Roswell, specifically the 1947 crash.
Just like Cheney.
We discussed on here.
She's lucky that
exactly
she didn't get
like
her
Cheney.
face blasted off by Cheney.
Donald Trump.
I can see that.
You know, one of the things they claim to point out that he's a lizard person is how his mind control abilities and how he can just mesmerize a whole audience when he speaks.
Like Hitler did. He was a lizard person too, I think.
He was on the list of Hitler people, yeah.
Yeah.
Hitler was. So, George H. Bush.
I can see that.
I watched a video of his eyes doing some weird stuff. George W. Bush is also through blood.
I'm a believer.
Obama. His reptilian-like reflexes. Shapeshifter eyes. I mean, even his wife, shapeshifted.
So, they both look like lizard people.
Yeah. The recently deceased Queen Elizabeth.
Well, they're very accepting of all kinds, so I can see where they would accept lizard people.
The Queen?
No, the Obama family.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
The Queen's probably head.
Well, this is how she lives.
Head reptilian.
They say that's how she lives so long.
The flies?
Well, the fact that she's not human. I mean, it's probably the same way our president.
Her children don't look human either.
Joe's probably lived so long. Biden's probably lived so long because he's a lizard.
He might be 100 instead of 89.
I wonder if you pull his tail off, will it grow back?
Probably. Probably. Which tail? The front tail or the back tail?
I don't know
we'll have to ask Jill.
I don't know why that took so long.
We'll have to ask.
Like click in my brain what you were talking about.
We'll have to ask Jill on that one.
All right, Jamie, what do you think? Do we have a reptilian species that has invaded Earth and taken over human bodies to control the elite and famous people to control the Earth? Is it real or is it make-believe?
I'm not a true believer, but I'm going to say that it's possible.
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 So on a scale of 1 to 10, 5 being you're on the fence.
4.
4?
Yeah, about the same percentage of people that believe in it. 4.
I'm going to go with a 2.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm a 2, man. I just think it's just out there. It's so... Would I be surprised if this came true? No. Because nothing would surprise me right now. Especially right now. I mean, heck, half the people out there don't know if they're a man or a woman, so of course we could have a reptilian species running around. But I don't believe it's true.
So, you only get one time a year to watch this, but watch the President's State of the Union with Camilla as his sidekick. She's sitting behind him the whole time. You watch her lips, she goes like this a lot.
That's because she can't keep her tongue in.
Well, I always thought it was because her lips were chapped and she was just...
No, she's a lizard.
Or she thought she looked better with moist lips on TV, but now you bring this up, she might be looking for flies.
Should I be wearing chapstick?
It's better than licking your lips, or someone will accuse you of being a lizard person.
Well, let us know what you think in the comment section below. I'm going to go with a no on this. Jamie's he's a 4, so he's almost a no, but he's almost on the fence too. He's willing to look over. I just think it's BS. I don't buy into it.
Well, someone came out and said, oh, Biden and Trump are lizard people. I go, yeah, I heard that.
It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah,
But let us know what you think. So in the comments below, let us know what you think. Otherwise, make sure you like this video. Watch our other ones. Subscribe.
Don't forget to like it, too.
Definitely like it. But thanks to everyone who watches the show each week.
Bring on the hate. We'll reply.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
You reply to nice people, too, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I reply to everybody.
I occasionally get on there and reply.
Like this video. Check out our other videos. Check out our podcast, Race Car Spelled Backwards, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, or wherever you would like to listen to it at. Send us a DM, or you can email us at racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. And make sure to check out our website. It's racecarbackwards.com. We have a merch store there, so give it a check when you get a chance. Other than that, that's all I got this week. Jamie?
See you at the Lizard Land.
Bye, y'all.